What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another build video. This build video is for my latest 2-bar sorcerer PvP build, which is called the Brutal Sorcerer, as we'll get straight into it. So the first set we are running is the Essence Thief, one of the best PvP sets in the game. When you deal a light or heavy attack, it's going to give you it's going to return health and restore stamina. It's also going to give you a unique 10% damage done bonus. It gives you 2 lines of stamina and a line of weapon and spell damage. I'm running a sharpened maul with a poison damage enchant, or the poison pots. The back bar is the pariah set, which gives you a ton of physical resistance. I'm running a defending ice staff. I'm running a Balorg on the head and shoulders. I've got a Crass of the trainee. The belt is Essence Thief, braces is Essence Thief, guards is Essence Thief, and the feet are pariah. So you want mostly impenetrable if you can on the smaller pieces, and just a couple pieces of reinforced. I've mostly got impenetrable. This should be impenetrable or reinforced. I'm running 1 light, 2 heavy, and 4 medium. So the necklace is pariah, which is healthy with weapon damage enchant. Ring of pariah, which is healthy, weapon damage enchant. And the mythic that brings this all together, which is quite underrated at the moment because you get a lot of crit builds, and I was really pleased with the results with this. So it's the Band of Brutality. I've got it infused with a Magicka recovery glyph. And what this does, it increases your damage done by 16%, so you're going to get 16% damage bonus across the board of all your attacks and skills, but it will decrease your critical damage done by 50%. So this does sound bad, but it's actually still really good, particularly if you're running like low crit anyway. So as you can see, the spell critical was pretty low, but it doesn't really matter because that's just it's 12%, so that's just your chance to crit, and it's minus 42 the critical damage. But like I said, with the Band of Brutality, you're still hitting super hard, and you don't have to invest skills to boost your critical damage or critical chance, so it gives you more room to do things. So I like the way this is set up, it's really good. Got 15 points into health, 49 into stamina. Also running Bewitched Sugar Skulls, which again I was surprised. I was worried about the sustain, but the sustain is absolutely fine on this build. Running the Atronach for the Magicka recovery, and Vampire stage 3 at least, just for the Undeath passive. So we've got quite a lot of Magicka recovery. I think it goes up to around 2k. That's just because a lot of the skills are Magicka based, but the stamina is also really high. So even though the weapon damage, I don't think it goes particularly high, it's probably about 4,500 weapon damage, maybe 5k. But of course, because the stamina bar is so high, the damage will source from that as well. And the stamina recovery is very low on this build. It's probably barely over 1100, but you're constantly getting the stamina return from heavy attacks, your tripods, and in particular the Essence Thief, which is going to constantly return you stamina. I've had no problem sustaining on this build. The penetration is a flat 8k, but with all the debuffs you're probably looking at around 20k penetration. The physical and spell resistance will go up to like a monster, nearly 50k. The critical resistance is at 2600, which is really nice. I'm a Dark Elf on this. I do prefer Dark Elf because it gives you stamina and Magicka and the weapon and spell damage. So the skills we're running on the front bar, I've got Hurricane. This is going to give you your major resolve. It's also going to do damage over time and minor expedition, so you're going to move quickly. We've got dizzying swing, which is going to stun them and knock them off balance. Hits really hard. Executioner, which is just basically when they've got low health, you will just spam this. Rally, which is just your major brutality and sorcery buff. It's also going to give you the minor endurance to increase your stamina recovery, and it's also going to give you a heal when it ends. Bound armaments is here for your extra max stamina while slotted, and also it does hit fairly hard when it's procced. Just activate it, nice and strong. And Berserker Rage I'm now using. I've changed it from the other one, which gives you penetration. This one gives you physical resistance, but it's not more for the physical resistance because we do get a lot from Pariah. It's more for the immune to disabling, snare and immobilization effects. So I thought I'd try this out, and I'm really pleased with this as well. On the back bar, the ice staff, we've got elemental susceptibility, so this is going to apply you on major breach to your enemies. It's also going to afflict them with burning, chilled and concussion status effect. I'm running ball of lightning, which I don't normally run again. This is more just to escape, so it's not going to stun enemies, it's more just to absorb projectiles and escape. Blinding flare, I do feel this is essential on the build, as this is going to give you major protection, as you do feel a little bit squishy still, particularly in BGs when you have lower critical resistance, so this is definitely essential. I'm running 2 support line skills, as this is going to give me a 20% bonus time magicka recovery. So that's why I like running them. Also I'm running a Resolving Vigour for my minor resolve and a heal over time. And Dark Deal is just a brilliant skill. You can block cast this and it's going to restore stamina and health instantly, and additional stamina over 10 seconds. It's also going to grant you the minor berserk, which is going to increase your damage done, which is going to stack on top of the band of brutality. You also get the minor force, but we don't really need that because it's critical damage. Ideally on the back bar you probably want the I think it's called Undo, the Sigic line, which gives you the 5% minor protection. I'm just running barrier just for the extra magicka recovery, so slot this if you haven't got the Sigic ultimate, just for the 5% minor protection. So I'm running this in the meantime, but this is, again, this will give you extra magicka recovery if you slot this. So have all your passives in your 3 class lines, all your passives in two-handed, all your passives in destruction staff, all your passives in light, medium and heavy. Make sure you have your undeath passive in vampire. We're not running any fighters guild skills or mages guild. All your passives in undaunted, assault and support line, and your race, and also medicinal use. So for example, on a crit build or a normal build, I'd be running a source of major savagery, which is going to increase your weapon and spell critical rating, so you're going to more likely crit. But again, with the band of brutality, we don't need to slot this, so it's freeing up a lot of skills on the bar, so you've got a bit more flexibility, as it's quite difficult to fit everything you need on the sorcerer even with 2 bars. So running a non-crit build is allowing you to run, say, blinding flare, because you'd have to drop this for expert hunter, so you can have more protection because we're not investing in the critical damage, so it's just one less type of stat to worry about. Right, champion points, you want Rashna, liquid efficiency and Steed's blessing are your essentials. The blue CP, we have Master at Arms for more damage done, Deadly Aim for more damage done, Resilience for critical resistance, and Duelist rebuff just to have a 6% damage reduction. On the red CP, I recommend Pain's Refuge just to reduce your damage taken, Juggernaut for another 5% damage reduction, Rejuvenation just for a little bit of recovery, and Boundless Vitality for some health. You don't need the Fortified as your resistances will be going crazy anyway, so I think that's definitely the best setup you can do. So we'll just get into how to quickly play the build. I'll just see if I can get the resistances really high as well, just to show you guys. So they're at 48,000, so nearly 50k resistances. I'll just show you the penetration on the build. So even though using the other multi 20k pen plus the minor and major breach, you're looking at probably about 28k pen actually, so it is a little bit higher than what I said previously. I said the weapon and spell damage here probably top out around the 5.5k mark. You could increase this further if you put on the weapon and spell damage glyph. It's going to give you 348 on the back bar. I haven't actually got that here, so I probably should add that on there to be fair, so you can probably touching nearly 6k weapon and spell damage. But like I said, because of your stamina bar is so high, the damage is going to source from that as well, so don't worry about the weapon and spell damage looking a bit on the low side. It really does compensate, and on top of it, like I said, the Essence Thief is going to give you another unique 10% damage done bonus, so it really does hit hard even though it doesn't show it on the stat sheet. Right, so how you would play this build, it's very simple. You want to pre-buff with your Hurricane and Rally, and then back bar with your Dark Deal, Vigor, and then you just want to come in with the Elemental Susceptibility. I normally come in with a Heavy Attack and Bonk, and then just start Dizzy Swinging. And then obviously if your Bound Armaments is ready to be propped, then hit that. And then just go into your execution when you're ready. Make sure you grab the Essence Thief that glows, because that's going to give you the bonus and the sustain. And just basically just keep your defensive buffs up. So if you're in trouble, just go to your back bar and just Ball of Lightning away, and that will absorb any projectiles. Just make sure you go back to your front bar occasionally, just to keep that Hurricane and Rally up. And just keep on your back bar. And like I said, when you're in a position to then go offensive, hit him with the susceptibility, and then just come in with the Dizzy Swings, light attacking in between, and then that will proc the Bound Armaments into Executioner and hit ult when ready. So it's nice to not use a recovery food, it really isn't needed. Bewitched Sugar Skulls is definitely the best for this, and you said you can use your tri-stat potions if you are in a bit of trouble anyway. So yeah, that's the build fully explained, guys, for the Brutal Sorc. Stay tuned for the clips of the build in action. They're really good. Drop this video a like if you enjoyed the video. Any comments, drop in the comments section below. And subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and stay tuned for the next video.